The early to mid-2000s was a stellar time for new video game franchises, and with how fast video game hardware was progressing, the possibilities seemed endless. Back in the day, EA Sports had another side called EA Sports Big. They made cool stuff. Biggest example in my opinion was SSX. To make a long story short, arcade snowboarding, insane speed, tricks, level design, and more style than you can fathom. It did really well. They made a couple sequels, each better than the last. Then EA decided to experiment with the series for a while, unsuccessfully. But overall they sold well, and were received well. In 2012 they rebooted the series with, well, SSX. It was a great step in the right direction. The series looked better than ever. The gameplay, while a bit flawed in places, still contained that SSX gameplay we all grew up loving. And it sold well, so what happened to SSX? Will we ever get a new game or a remaster? While there's no way of properly knowing unless EA decides to announce something, there are a couple things to look at. First thing is Steep from 2016, a winter sports game by Ubisoft, and while it leaned more towards the realistic side of things when compared to SSX, it was still the best snowboarding/winter sports game we've gotten in years. It was a chill adventure, great to relax to, and I believe it sold decently as well. At least, it did well enough that they're making a sort of spiritual successor to it called Riders Republic. And most importantly is the creator of the original 3, and the best, SSX games, Steven, I'm really sorry, but I'm probably gonna butcher your name, Rechtschaffner. While he may have left EA and SSX behind a while ago, he hasn't left his love for arcade snowboarding games behind. He in 2020 shared in an interview that he would love to remaster the original SSX games if EA let him. He has also recently formed his own studio called Supernatural Games, where he and his team is planning on making a spiritual successor, currently codenamed Project Gravity. We don't have much info on it, but what is currently known, it'll be free-to-play live service, the same fun arcadey snowboarding gameplay that you're familiar with from SSX. They want more social elements such as social spots to trick together and track building. They want to launch the game small and build it up with updates over time. Some of my personal feedback and suggestions for this game would be give us a similar gameplay as SSX 3 with the track design of SSX Tricky. That would be the best of both worlds in my opinion, and obviously if you're planning on having a track editor, that would be the single best addition to a game of this style you could possibly give us. Give us those crazy track designs from Tricky like the Tokyo Megaplex, Mercury City, Alaska, stuff like that. And for multiplayer, you could have your typical weekly, monthly leaderboards for trick runs and races that, depending on where you rank, gives you more or better rewards. Real-time multiplayer would be the best thing to see with races and trick-type events. There's also the possibility for adding some kind of ability system where as you do tricks, like in the SSX games, you get boost and eventually get to do uber tricks, but what if you could choose to use said abilities? Example of some abilities could be, there could be one where you float in the air longer for more hang time and time to do more tricks. There could be another one that gives you higher top speed and acceleration, like the speed boosts in 3. You spin faster for more tricks, like the trick boosts in 3 as well, or maybe even one that gives a shockwave that knocks down nearby racers. There's a lot of potential for this project, and I'm super excited for it. I don't know if we'll get any new SSX content anytime soon, so I'm banking on Project Gravity right now. I wish Steven and his team the best of luck, and I'll be the first in line for whatever they come up with. I want to know, what are your thoughts on it being free-to-play live service? In my opinion, as long as the microtransactions aren't predatory, I think it could honestly be better for the game in the long run. Comment down below for your hopes and dreams for Project Gravity. What would be the perfect SSX-style game? What are the things that need to be in the game for you? Thank you all so much for watching, and God bless.